Coach, just how has the preseason been for Chippa United? What have you seen at training, and how ready do you think the team is?
Preseason has been long. It's been very long, but it's been good in many ways because we have a lot of changes in the squad. We have a lot of new players that have joined us, a lot of young players. So we needed really time to integrate these players. I think also for myself and Coach Thabo, starting a new season, it's about instilling a new playing methodology, a new playing concept. So it's been fruitful in the teaching aspect. It's been a challenge in the testing aspect in terms of the games and competition because we're isolated in the Eastern Cape, so we haven't really had enough games, especially in that first 6 weeks to play. I think in the first 6 weeks we played 2 games against Iberu, which is not really ideal and enough. But with the postponement of the kickoff of the league and extension of preseason, we're able to have a week's camp here in Joburg, and we're able to play, I think, 3-4 PSL teams. We played against 3 PSL teams and 2 NFT teams, which gave us a bit of an idea of where we are. So we feel we are okay. The struggle is just an integration of new players. I think that's the only struggle, and because they're young, some of them are not kicking in as early as we want. But the core of the team is the same team that was there last season, and it's to build on that. So we're confident that the team is better prepared to when we joined it in January, that the team understands what we want a little bit better, and we feel that with the right mentality and the right attitude and the right fitness levels, which we hope we have, we can be a different team this season and achieve a higher position than the 12th finish that we got last season.
Coach, you've made some good signings during the off-season, and now there's reports that you may be signing Semi Siabi. What's your feeling on him? How true is that?
The transfer window has not closed yet. So, yes, there's a few players that we are talking about. I would not like really to comment on one player, Semi Siabi. There'll always be speculation about players. I think we all know that Semi Siabi, very good midfielder, experienced player. He's played for Chippa before. He's played at Sundowns. He's played at Skukune. Would he be a positive addition to the Chippa family? Definitely. And a few others that we are talking about. We want to build a team with a good blend of experience and youth. And we've brought in a lot of youngsters, actually more young players than senior players that we've brought into the team. Because with Chippa not being really a big club financially, we need to be a club that if we're not winning trophies, we need to make the return on investment through player sales. And you can only do that when you have young players up to the age maybe 26, 27 that you can still sell in the league. So with those signings, we feel that we are in a good space, and we think with the preparations that we've had, and hopefully the first few games will tell us, but we feel that we are in the right space and we built a little bit more competitive team. There's more energy in the team, definitely. There's more speed in the team, which will allow us to play a different type of game, maybe a pressing game more, to be a little bit more effective and quicker on the transition also. And if you monitor the big teams in the league, you'll see a similar trend, Pirates, it's speed up front, Sundowns, it's speed up front, Chiefs are looking. So that's where the game is going, and hence we've gone for youth, because the game has gone a lot more with speed, and we've got a good blend of that with Stanley as experience, with Justice Chabalala, with Andy Lejali, with Evanga. We feel we've got a good spine of experience. And around that, there's a good mixture of age with Aya Kongobe at the peak of his career now at 26, 27, Snokolo Kwayiba, with Sergio Kamis. And then you've got the young ones, Apelele Teto, we've brought back Azola, Matrose to the team. We've got a boy from Pretoria Kellys, Kolanis Tole. We've got young Tabang Malowa at centre back. So there's a good blend and a good mix in the team. Maliboko Mudise, we've brought into the team permanently, also still young. So we've got a good blend. So hopefully we can achieve the results, and hopefully we can also go on to put a few players in the market for international sales.
I wanted to speak a bit about Azola. Obviously, we know the quality that he is. Since his return back, he's been working with him. How ready is he to get back to that level that Azola that we saw at Chippa before? What have you made of just the training sessions that he had? Where is he in terms of level?
Yeah, well, Azola has only been with us for 3 weeks now. When he came from Pirates, he came with, he was going through rehab. He's recovering from injury. So the first 2 weeks, even when he only joined us at the camp actually. So he was only doing sideline training. He's only started training last week, Thursday. So we've only had less than 5 sessions with him. But we believe that he'll be ready going into the Pirates game. I know the young star from when he was first at Chippa. I followed him. Tried to get him for Supersport at the time, and he went to Pirates. But very good talent, exciting speed, very skillful, homegrown in terms of a Kabeja boy. So we think he'll be ready for the Pirates game. Whether he will start or make an impact from the bench, that we will determine the next week or so. But bar injury in the next week or so, Azola should definitely be in the squad to face Pirates and to start the league.
I watched the DDC team and we saw a bit of Apelele there. South Africans haven't really seen much of Apelele, but you've seen probably a lot of him. Where is he in terms of level and how high can he go?
Yeah, another exciting potential. Obviously struggled to get a work permit to play in Scotland because more of national team caps, because it's measured on national team caps there. So when we had the opportunity to bring him back through also the connections with Carlos in East London, through our connections in East London, we're very excited to bring him back. Very exciting young player, very dynamic, very explosive going forward. People saw a little bit of him at TX Galaxy, but I think he's more grown now. Yes, we feel that he still needs to learn a little bit more the tactical aspects of his game, but it's been a positive energy, and we only let him go and play last weekend in the DDC because of the transition of the team to East London and the readiness, because that decision was made very late for us to relocate the team to East London. So we had a few players from the PSL team just to help that team to have stability, so that they have a good start to the league, and it's not a tragic transition from Kabeja to East London. So in the next few weeks, one also that's definitely a major part of the first team squad, and one that is definitely going to feature a lot in the first team. Very exciting. We like what we saw of him in the camp, in the games, the game against Sundowns, in the game against Chiefs, in the game against Supersport. He was unbelievable when he came on in those games. He's had a few injuries in the preseason, but he's recovered from that. And yeah, we're excited about what Apelele is going to offer and what he's going to show to the people of Eastern Cape. I think it's going to be exciting for him to play in front of a home crowd, and for Kabeja people and East London people to see him playing professional at home. I think that's going to be exciting and motivating for him also.
Coach, you've signed an exciting player from Baroka, and then they came to say that's their player. You didn't follow the right channel to sign the player. Where are you guys with the player? Is he part of the group? What's the update on him?
Yeah, I think the case is still sub judice, but Boy is training with us. We are aware of what's happening. I think it's in the final stages of the case now. We haven't really spoken about it. We haven't made any comments about it, and I think even now, respectfully, we don't want to go into the details. We await the outcome. He's an exceptional young talent that we are interested in, hence we went to sign him. He's one that we believe, amongst the pool of young players, he's one that has got a lot of potential to show in South Africa. So hopefully his case can be resolved positively for us. And that we can find a positive outcome for him to play professional football, and that he can be a part of Chippa United. But he's an exciting young player. He's been injured the last week. He didn't really feature in any of the games in the camp, but he'll resume training also this week with the squad. He's been cleared now medically, and hopefully by the time the league starts, he would have been the issue of his signature or registration would have been resolved, and we'll know whether he can feature for the club or not going forward. But he's one that we would like to keep at Chippa United and build him for the club.
Just the last one. Every team comes into the season with its own mandate, own ambitions. Have you been handed the mandate? Have you had that conversation with the chairman to say this is what we are expecting this season?
Yeah. I think first we're grateful for the opportunity offered to us by the chairman, Mr. Chippa United. The team achieved a 12th spot finish in the league last season. This season we want to better that. But I think the presentation and the proposal we gave to the club, also with Coach Thabo and myself, was one of rebuilding Chippa to be a stable team. So we can't finish lower than 12th. Last season we could have finished in the top 8, and we believe that with the signings that we have made and building on last season, we can finish in the top 8. The central objective for all 16 teams is to win the league. The secondary objective is for us to finish in the top 8 and to win a trophy this season. So those are the objectives that we have this season.